Do you have these top 3 most ultra-rare and valuable Washington quarter dollars worth thousands that are highly coveted by coin collectors, with only 3 known quarter dollars remaining? These Washington quarter dollars is both extremely rare and highly sought after. The Washington quarter has been a staple of U.S. currency since its introduction in 1932, but some of the most fascinating examples of this coin arise from errors during the minting process. The 1965 Washington quarter is particularly notable because it represents a pivotal moment in the history of U.S. coinage, the transition from silver to clad coinage. In addition to its historical significance, errors on 1965 quarters have captured the interest of collectors, with some pieces fetching substantial sums in auctions. This comprehensive guide explores the history of the 1965 Washington quarter, details the types of errors that make certain specimens rare, and discusses their values in today's numismatic market. The year 1965 marked a significant change in U.S. coinage with the passage of the Coinage Act of 1965. This legislation ended the use of silver in quarters and dimes, replacing the composition with a copper-nickel clad structure. The change was driven by rising silver prices, which had made it increasingly expensive to produce coins with silver content. Before 1965, quarters contained 90% silver and 10% copper, but starting that year, the mint transitioned to a clad composition of outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a core of pure copper. The new quarters retained the same weight, 5.67 grams, and size, 24.3 millimeters in diameter, as their silver predecessors, but had a distinct appearance and lack of intrinsic metal value. These measures helped alleviate the coin shortage, but the high production numbers also made errors more likely, creating opportunities for collectors to discover rare anomalies. Error coins are created when something goes wrong during the minting process. The 1965 Washington quarter has several notable errors that are highly sought after by collectors. Below are the most significant types of errors and anomalies. Type of error: more dramatic and rare errors are more valuable. Condition: uncirculated coins are significantly more valuable than circulated ones. Market demand: popular error types, like transitional errors, tend to fetch higher prices. Market trends and notable sales: the 1965 transitional error on a silver planchet is one of the most valuable Washington quarter errors. Recent auction sales include a PCGS MS62 graded example sold for $7,800. A higher grade specimen in PCGS MS64 fetched $16,450 at auction. Other error types, such as double dies and missing clad layers, also remain in demand, with prices steadily increasing over the years due to heightened collector interest. Conclusion: the 1965 Washington quarter is a landmark coin in U.S. history, representing the shift from silver to clad composition. While billions were minted, error coins from this year offer a fascinating and valuable subset for collectors. From transitional errors on silver planchets to double dies and the 1966 Washington quarter is a fascinating coin for collectors, largely because it comes from a pivotal era in U.S. coinage. As with the 1965 quarter, 1966 was a year of adjustment as the U.S. Mint navigated the transition from silver to copper-nickel clad coinage. While most quarters from 1966 are common and hold little value beyond their face or melt worth, error coins from this year stand out as rare and desirable finds in the numismatic world. This guide delves into the historical context of the 1966 Washington quarter, the types of errors that make it rare, and the current market values for these highly sought-after coins. The U.S. Mint officially transitioned to clad coinage with the Coinage Act of 1965. By 1966, quarters no longer contained silver, having adopted a composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel on the outer layers, bonded to a pure copper core. This shift was necessitated by rising silver prices, which had made it increasingly expensive for the government to produce silver coins. Error coins from the 1966 Washington quarter are rare, and their value depends on the type and severity of the error. Below are the most notable types of errors and anomalies found on these coins. 1966 Washington quarter error coins have consistently performed well in auctions, reflecting strong collector interest. Recent sales include a transitional silver planchet error sold for $14,100 in a major auction. A high-grade double-die obverse quarter fetched $2,300 at another sale. As awareness of error coins grows, prices for rare 1966 Washington quarters are expected to rise further. For collectors hoping to find a rare 1966 error quarter, here are some tips. Weigh the coin. A weight of 6.25 grams indicates a possible silver planchet error. Examine the details. Use a magnifier to check for signs of doubling, missing clad layers, or other anomalies. Listen for the ring. Silver coins produce a distinctive ring when dropped, unlike clad coins. Search bank rolls. Error coins can sometimes be found in circulation or in rolls from banks. Conclusion: the 1966 Washington quarter represents a fascinating chapter in U.S. numismatic history. While most examples from this year are common, error coins elevate its significance among collectors. From transitional silver planchet errors to double dies and missing clad layers, these rare anomalies showcase the unpredictability and excitement of coin collecting. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a novice, the hunt for a 1966 error quarter can be a rewarding pursuit with the potential for significant financial gain. The 1967 Washington quarter holds an intriguing place in the history of U.S. coinage, as it comes from a period of transition and adaptation at the U.S. Mint. While most quarters from this year are common due to high production numbers, errors on the 1967 Washington quarter have made certain specimens highly desirable among collectors. These errors range from minor die anomalies to rare striking mistakes that can significantly increase the coin's value. In this detailed exploration, we will examine the historical context of the 1967 Washington quarter, the different types of errors that make certain coins from this year rare, and the factors that influence their value in today's numismatic market. The Coinage Act of 1965 brought sweeping changes to the production of U.S. coins, most notably eliminating silver from quarters and dimes. The new composition for quarters, 75% copper and 25% nickel on the outer layers, bonded to a pure copper core, was first introduced in 1965. By 1967, the U.S. Mint was still refining the processes for minting these clad coins. While the design stayed consistent, the challenges of striking clad coins led to various errors and anomalies, many of which are highly collectible today. Error coins from 1967 are rare, with some commanding significant premiums in the numismatic market. Below are the most notable errors and varieties associated with this coin. Error type, rarity and significance of the error. Condition: higher grade coins, mint state, command higher premiums. Market demand: popular error types, such as double dies and missing clad layers, attract strong interest from collectors. Recent auction results: the demand for 1967 error quarters has grown steadily, with notable sales at auction. A double die obverse quarter graded MS65 sold for $2,500. A missing clad layer error fetched $1,200 in a circulated grade. A transitional silver planchet error realized $18,000 at a major numismatic event. For collectors searching for a rare 1967 Washington quarter, here are some tips. Examine the coin closely. Use a magnifying glass or loupe to identify doubling, missing clad layers, or die cracks. Weigh the coin. A weight of 6.25 grams indicates a possible silver planchet error. Check bank rolls. Error coins can occasionally be found in circulation or in bank rolls. Error type, rarity and significance of the error. Condition: higher grade coins, mint state, command higher premiums. Market demand: popular error types, such as double dies and missing clad layers, attract strong interest from collectors.